Okay, y'all. First off, I want to give all praises to Yahweh, as I do so by Mashiach Yahweh Shai. In this video, I want to talk about predestination and free will, because it's crazy because of the fact that I just had a conversation with somebody literally like yesterday, talking about this, talking about how we don't have free will, how it doesn't exist, and how the will of the Father, that's the only thing that's like being done right now. You know what I'm saying? And I don't know if y'all watch anime or not, but this anime called Attack on Titan, right? And I just and this like it's kind of like a spoiler for anybody who doesn't watch it or for anybody who hasn't watched it yet, anything like that. But it's a very good anime. But in the recent episode that just dropped today, Sunday, as I'm recording this, uh, it kind of something happened in that episode that kind of made me think back to like that conversation I had. And I was like, hold up, like that's kind of crazy how a lot of these anime shows kind of tie into the Bible in some way, shape, or form, and it's kind of crazy. But the main character of the show, his name is Aaron, and Aaron, he's a like complete savage. Like he don't care about anything at all. Like whatever he wants to be done is gonna be done. If he wants to kill people, he's gonna kill people. If he wants to spare somebody, he's gonna spare somebody. Like he's legit like in a sense, I guess you could say, villain, but at the same, like he's the author of the story, but at the same time he's the villain. Because a lot of people can look at him and be like, oh, like why are you killing so many people? If he wants to kill people, he can do it if he wants to. You know what I'm saying? Because it's his story. And I'm gonna show y'all how in Attack on Titan, like that kind of ties into the power that God has. God has the power to do whatever he wants. Whatever he wants to happen, that's what's gonna happen. Whether or not people like it, it's going to happen, right? So let me go and share my screen real quick, and I'm gonna show y'all the episode I'm talking about. And in this episode, I can't go to Hulu because I wanted to go to Hulu and just do like a reaction right there, and just and without having somebody else on the screen, like whoever this is, this freaking Ammonite, Moabite, whatever you are. But I wanted to just go ahead and just kind of have a like it live on my screen so y'all can see what I'm talking about. But I gotta do it by reacting to another reaction. But I'm gonna show y'all the part of the show that I'm talking about where it kind of ties into this whole free will and like predestination thing, right? And how God he controls everything, right? So let me show y'all this, right? Let me show y'all this real quick.
Is still fucking killing people outside the fucking walls. How fucking ironic.
Now look, Aaron, y'all. Now in this episode, right? Aaron, he's mad for a reason because of the fact that once again, like he basically has the power of like the same power that God has. It's kind of like he's kind of that same. He embodies the character of God, how he has the power to do something, and if he wants to do it, he's gonna do it. He's gonna let it happen, right? Now, y'all pay attention to what's being said. Just look at the subtitles at the bottom. Look at the subtitles.
Oh my god.
But Aaron, he's mad at something. He's mad at something, right?
Dude.
So look, so Aaron, one thing I need to know about Aaron. Aaron, he has the what you call it, the attack titan in him. In this whole show or whatever, there are different titans. You got the attack titan, the founding titan, many different titans. Like you got the cart titan, many different titans. But this one specific titan has a power that even they didn't know about, because these people are called the coordinate, and basically where they reside, they're kind of like, I guess, control time or whatever, all that stuff, whatever it may be, all that stuff. But they didn't have the knowledge of the attack titan having the power to see what's going to happen in the future. How basically, like, he can, like, whoever has the attack titan, they can control whatever happens. Doesn't matter what it is, like they can control whatever happens because they see what's going to happen, and it's like they plan what's going to happen, right? They have the power to make whatever's going to happen, whatever they want to happen is going to happen, right? But look, it says from long ago, the inheritor of the attacking. Let me see if I can do it without this being in the way. Can I? I don't want this to be in the way, and it's like it's messing it up. But I'm just trying to zoom in so I can see. But look, it reads from long ago, the inheritor of the attacking titan never obeyed others. Y'all may not be able to see it for real, but y'all can see a little bit. But the inheritor of the attacking titan never obeyed others, right? So that's the same thing as God. God doesn't have to bow down to anybody. He doesn't have to obey anybody because he's the most Yahweh, he's the most high God, right? He doesn't obey anybody or anything. Everything happens the way he wants to happen, right? So let me continue.
That is true, Father. Oh,
right, hold up. Where is it at? I pause right there. So, all right, so right here, it says the attacking titan can see the memories of its future inheritors, right? It can see the memories of its future inheritors, meaning that he can see what's about to happen in the future, right? He can see anything that's going to happen. And right now, it's like, he's like in the memories of the past, if that makes sense. Like he's basically like seeing what's going on in the past, because this is Aaron's father. Aaron's father, he was long dead, but right now he's going through the memories of his father, or he's going through his memories, or I guess just going through like a time. I guess you could say it's kind of like a time machine where he's just going back to the past, and him and his brother Zeke, they're looking at what's happening, right now, right? So his father is explaining the powers the attacking titan has. Like he said, the attack titan, it doesn't bow down to anybody. It doesn't listen to anybody. It does what it wants to do. And it also has the power to see, like I said, the memories of the future, right?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So that's why he was able to fucking see like Zeke and them kind of.
So Zeke, he's surprised, right? Zeke is surprised because he didn't even know that the attack titan has this power. He didn't know that.
So Zeke didn't know about this. Yeah, Zeke didn't know about.
So Zeke didn't know about it, but Aaron knew the whole time. Aaron knew the whole time. He knew exactly what's going to happen. He knew exactly what's going to go down because of the fact that he has that power. So he can legit be tricky and everything. He can legit just move around how he wants to move. He can be all cocky all he wants to because of the fact that he knows exactly what's about to happen. He knows exactly what's about to go down. Even before it even happens, he knows it. So he doesn't have any worries because of the fact that he has that power to see what's going to happen, and he also controls that damn near, right?
This.
Hold up, wait.
Know about this? Yeah, Zeke didn't know about this.
Look, it says something. I think it says that is the future already set for us. So the future is already it's already planned out. Aaron already knows what's about to happen, right? But let's continue though.
Bro, my boy put out the scalpel. Wait, what? What?
So his father was about to. Oh, let me get off that.
He couldn't.
Oh, the father was about to kill the coordinate and his family, right? He was about to kill that whole family, right? Let's just continue to see what's about to happen.
Do it?
So, as y'all know, like if y'all just watch this whole anime, as time went on, Aaron before he developed into the character he is now, Aaron wasn't as like destructive and as nonchalant as he is now. Like Aaron now, he doesn't care about anything. Like everything that he wants to happen is going to happen. He doesn't care how anybody thinks. He doesn't care about anybody's opinions. He just wants things to go down the way he wants to go down, right? His father right here has that same mindset where it's when Aaron was a child, Aaron did not want to just kill innocent people, right? But his father kind of had that same mindset now where it's like, man, I don't want to kill nobody, you know what I'm saying? But look at what happens.
Oh shit.
Ninjama's nighttime underwear featuring.
I don't want these ads. Get these ads in my face, bro. I ain't got time for these ads. It better be skippable. Come on now. All right. This is what I wanted to do on Hulu, but it's all good. So he's just a doctor. Like he's just some regular human being. He's very scrawny and skinny. He don't want to kill nobody. He ain't got that in him, but he does have the power of a titan in him though. He has the ability to turn into a titan, right?
Damn.
So it says Grisha certainly took the founding titan, and killed the entire royal family.
So yeah, he obviously ate them at some point, but like.
So they know that Grisha did kill them, but they didn't know exactly how he did it or why he did it. Because it's like, why did he have such a change at heart? You know what I'm saying? Like, why? Like, why did he just stop trying? Why did he stop and held back from killing, this family? Then all of a sudden he still did it. Like, so they didn't understand exactly why he did it. But now it's being like, revealed. So where Aaron was basically in his father's ear. Like Aaron, even though he wasn't born at this time, but well, I won't say wasn't born, but he was born. But in this time, he's like a little kid. But Aaron, the grown Aaron right now, is literally in his ear, like, hey, like, don't you remember what happened at this time? Don't you remember that they did this to you? They did this to you and everything. So you're gonna sit there and let that just slide. And let me show y'all how this kind of the same thing that God had the power to do, right? So let me show you something real quick. So let me go to Genesis, not Genesis, I think it's in Deuteronomy. Look. So Deuteronomy 27 and 15. So in this context, Yahweh is talking to Israel, or Moses, he's like, the one that he's talking throughout this whole thing. But basically the message is given to Moses from God, right? From Yahweh, right? So Moses is telling the Israelites, hey, remember what Amalek did to you, right? So it's kind of the same thing in Attack on Titan, where Aaron is like, hey, remember how they did this to you? Like, don't forget that. Like, you're gonna sit there and let these people do all this wicked stuff to you. They're gonna kill your daughter. They're gonna do this and do that to you, and you're gonna let it slide just because you're too nice and you have too much of a kind heart, and you want to spare them. It's like, no, remember what they did. And Amalek, in this context, if y'all, it's like a lot of stuff going on right now, but just keep up, y'all. But Amalek, I made a video talking about this, but Amalek, he's the grandson of Esau. So Esau is the white man, according to the Bible, right? So what the Bible, or what Yahweh is telling us to do in this moment is remember what the white man did to us. Remember how they put us in slavery, how they killed us, how they fed our children to alligators, and how they lynched us and hanged us and beat us. Remember all that. Even though you ain't gotta sit there and like as the world we live in now, like of course, like don't do anything crazy just yet, because you're still gonna go to jail for it, and you may mess around and do something that may cause you to just mess your life up. You know what I'm saying? But the whole point is that we still have to remember. It's like a law almost. It's a law to remember what those people did to our people. So you can't sit there and just let that slide and let them just have all this, like just don't try to like conform to them and give in to them just because they're nice. Oh, there's some nice people, and like I love my white friends and I love this person there, but it's like, dog, like you can still have a slight respect for these people, because everybody can get respect. You know what I'm saying? But don't sit there and let them change your mind about what the Bible says. You know what I'm saying? Just because they're nice and they do nice things, or there's some quote unquote good people, you want to change your mind about believing in what the word says is going to happen to them, right? So the Bible says, once again, remember what Amalek did. Remember what Amalek did unto thee, by the way, when ye come forth out of Egypt, right? So now let's go back to Attack on Titan, and the same thing's being done right here. He's telling them, hey, remember what those people did to your sister and to your people.
Oh shit! What the fuck?
And Aaron is playing the role of God, right? Aaron is literally playing the role of God, telling him like, hey, he's giving him like almost a commandment. The same commandment I was given in Deuteronomy is doing the same thing right here. Like Aaron's giving that same commandment to his father. Like, hey, remember what they did to you. Don't sit there and let that shit slide at all. They gotta be punished for it. They got to. Because that goes to this verse that I bring up a lot. Let me see. I think it's Proverbs 11. Yeah, Proverbs 11:21. So it says, though hand join in hand, the wicked shall not be unpunished. So the fact that even though a lot of people in this world nowadays, they may have white friends or whatever, and they may be very cool with, white people and everything, that does not mean that their punishment is not going to be like, I guess upheld from them. Their punishment is still going to be, held. It's still going to be, executed. They got to go through their judgment. If they don't, then God is a liar. If they don't go through their punishment, then God is a liar. Everything that he prophesied in the Bible that's going to happen to these people, if it doesn't happen, he's a liar. That promise that that was said for our people to be on top, for them to be on the bottom, and for them to reap what they sow. If God does not let that happen, does not allow that to happen, just because we want to spare them, it's like, no, like it's going to happen. Their punishment is going to come on them, right? So let's go back to this.
So in reality, Aaron was the one that pushed him to do what exactly. The fuck?
Letting you know how that kind of goes to what you call it? That goes to I'm gonna bring it up in a minute, but I'm just letting y'all see what's happening in Attack on Titan. It's showing y'all how Aaron has that power that God has in the Bible, right? The power that Yahweh has to let his will be done and not anybody else's. His will is going to be done. I'm gonna give y'all so many examples to show y'all how the will of God is going to be done no matter what, right? So let's continue.
Is that right?
So yeah, as he said, Aaron was the one that caused his father to kill the coordinate, to kill that family, right? So let's continue. Let's see what happens.
But that's crazy. Grisha didn't want to fucking do. Oh my God! What is that face? Oh my.
So let me show you. The reason why he stabbed his hand is because anytime you cut yourself in this is just like let y'all know about Attack on Titan. Anytime you can turn into a Titan in different ways. Anytime you have a cut on your body, anytime you cut open the blood of your body, you turn into a Titan. So you can cut up Salakia. You can cut up in your hand. You can bite yourself. Anytime you shed blood or whatever, you turn into a Titan, right? So the reason why he took that little knife thing or whatever and stabbed his hand was to transform into that Titan, so he can fight them, right? So let's continue.
God. So I really wonder if this is going to change Zeke's perspective.
So as y'all see, Aaron basically caused his father to turn to a Titan and to remember what happened in the past, to remember what happened to his people. So his father turned to a Titan and killed the coordinate, killed killed that whole family that was in that little crystal garden, or whatever you want to call it.
I love this semi-censorship with the fucking putting the pillar in front of the dead bodies, but you can see a big puddle of blood.
Okay, dude, shut up.
Double cheeked up. Oh God. Oh God, he's going mad, bro.
So, like I said, this is in this time period, it's in the past. In this time period, Aaron is like a little child in this time period, but it's like Aaron is like I said, his brother Zeke, they went into the past and everything to see the memories of what happened back then, to why Aaron is how he is now. You know what I'm saying? So let's continue.
Oh my God. So yeah, I guess.
So look, the will of the father was to save Eldia. That was the will of the father, right? To save Eldia. But the will of Aaron was to do something completely different. Something completely different. The fact that I guess Aaron's father wanted, I guess you could say, world peace or whatever, and to avoid, to basically to stop all the killing from happening. Same thing with his brother Zeke. Aaron's brother Zeke wanted to have a plan to stop all this killing, basically. But Aaron, like I said, in this role that he's playing, he's basically God. So he doesn't care about what they want. He cares about what he wants. This is his story. He's the author of this story.
Aaron literally was kind of literally talking to him and telling him to fucking do it. That's so weird. It's so trippy. Oh my God, that's so weird.
And look, the thing about this episode right here is that before this episode, episode 19, Zeke, he had his own plan, right? Zeke had his own plan, like I said, and going to episode 20, Zeke was basically trying to like show how how Aaron got brainwashed to want to kill everybody. You know what I'm saying? Aaron got brainwashed to want to be a nationalist and just be for his own people, right? But that's even the nature of God. A nationalist is someone who is for his own nation, right? So the same thing is like applied to God. How God, he's for his own people. He doesn't care about anybody else but his own people. And there's many verses you could bring up to talk about that, like Psalms 147, 19 and 20. How it says that he showed his word unto Jacob, in his statutes and his judgments unto Israel. He have not dealt so with any nation, and as for his judgments, they have not known them. So the word and everything about this Bible, everything about the promises, the covenants, the law, everything was meant for the Israelites, right? Everybody else, he don't care about at all. They're going to get their judgment at some point, but not now. You know what I'm saying? Even when you go to what's that verse? What's that verse? Joel 2:27. Joel 2:27, where it says, look, and ye shall know that I am in the midst of Israel, and that I am the Lord your God, and none else. So he's the God of Israel, and nobody else is God. Even though some people want to say, "Oh, I praise God," which God are you like, praising? Which God do you pray to? Is it this God, Yahweh? Because this guy right here, Yahweh, he doesn't even care about you at all. He just said himself in this word that he's the God of Israel and nobody else is God. So how can you be praying to, God, when that God that you pray to don't even exist at all? You pray to a God that in the Bible, the God that y'all read in the Bible, or even though y'all read it in the Bible, but y'all kind of like, misconstrue it and hide certain things in the Bible and everything. Y'all don't really give out the full spiel, you know what I'm saying? But the God in this Bible, he does not care about y'all at all. He is not the God of y'all. It says Thursday right here that he's the God of Israel. Simple as that. Even in Deuteronomy 6 and 4, I'm just bringing out a few precepts. Look, it says, "Hear, O Israel, the Lord our God is one Lord." So once again, reiterating how Yahweh, the God that y'all talk about all the time, that y'all praising in the white church or whatever, that God is the God of Israel. Nobody else is God at all but Israel. So now let's go back to here. But right here, it says, from here on, you won't get what you wanted, right? From here on, you won't get what you wanted. So basically saying how whatever Zeke had planned, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna happen. And that's why this this show is very crazy, because of how many, like, what's that word? What's that word I'm looking for? It's how many like twists and just plot twists happen throughout this whole, like, what I'm saying, anime series. There's so many plot twists and so many things that just catch you off guard, like, hold on, so like, wait, so you're telling me that at this from this whole point, from this whole time, it was Aaron who had control of all of this? Aaron had control of all of this. So what's going on? Like, but once again, let you know how this is the power that Aaron has. Aaron he's literally God in this series. He's literally God, literally. So the father right here is just saying, like, hey, whatever you had planned, don't even worry about it anymore. Like, it's done for. So, you just gotta, deal with whatever Aaron's about to do. Whatever he's about to do, you may not know what's gonna happen, because you just don't know, but it's gonna happen, right? So,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
and look, he said he saw Aaron's memory.
Oh my god. Oh my.
So the father, he saw Aaron's memory of what happens next, right? He saw it. So Aaron, like I said, already has everything planned out. He already has everything planned out. Everything. So whatever Zeke had planned, it is not gonna happen. So this kind of like, this kind of like a cliffhanger into the next episode. Because the episode ended like, like a few minutes later, because as y'all see, only like 3 minutes left in the video and everything. But basically we're like, holding on to a cliff, trying to see, okay, hold on, what does Aaron has planned? And the same thing like in the Bible. Now, for people who don't really read the Bible, who are not really like educated in the Bible, they don't know that there's about to be all hell that's about to break loose in the future. They don't know that. They don't know that some people who just want to go to the church and praise God, hallelujah, praise Jesus and Jesus Christ, I love you, God. And it's like, dog, you don't know that God's about to make all hell break loose. Like, you don't even know that. They don't really know that there's about to be probably another, I'm not even saying like a physical storm, but like some storm, some form of destruction is about to happen at some point. You don't even know it. But let's continue though.
My God. I saw Aaron's memory of what happens next. So Grisha obviously, like, he really did care about Zeke, but like, it's so weird. So really the one that Zeke should kind of be hating is Aaron, low-key, but damn, bro. He's tearing up, bro. His dad finally returned from the gas station after so many.
Okay, dog.
Stop, Aaron. What the fuck?
So there's a command that was given to, I guess, Zeke to try to stop Aaron. Now, once again, he just said that whatever, like, he doesn't, like, his plan is going to be like ruined. Whatever Zeke had planned, it's not going to happen. So how can he stop Aaron? It's like saying stop God. Like, you can't stop God from doing what he wants to do. You can try. You may die trying to do it. But
stop, Aaron. What the fuck? What the fuck? Grisha told him to stop Aaron? Or wait.
All right, so that's kind of
Hey,
like
no, hold up.
And also going from the episode 19 too, Zeke put like I think Zeke he put Aaron in like chains, right? So he could like kind of show him what happened. Zeke put Aaron in chains so he could kind of stop him from doing what he wanted to do. So he could kind of show him the past to, just like show him exactly why he was brainwashed and why he is the way he is, like I said. But Zeke didn't know everything. He knew a few things. He knew, a little bit, but he did not know everything behind it. Aaron already knew that was about to happen too. He was just like, playing dumb. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, Grisha told him to tell Zeke to stop Aaron.
Peacemaker is pessimistic about maybe even having friends. Vigilante is a busboy in a restaurant.
What the fuck?
So from that point, the episode ended, and like, we're just waiting to see what the hell Aaron about to do, because this shit about to be crazy. So now let's get into the Bible. Let's get into the Bible to show y'all kind of how all that connected to predestination and how we don't have free will. Just kind of like, giving y'all the heads up about how the Bible is like literally everything that you see happening right now, or everything that you see going on in your life, like it's literally the will of God for it to happen, right? And God made everything, like even in Ephesians talking about I think like a time for evil. Let me see what verse that is. Or Ecclesiastes. Let me see. There was a verse that says, let me see what verse it is. What verse it is, which says, so the Lord, barely I say, barely I say an enemy to entreat thee well in time of evil, in time of affliction. So I think there's a verse that says that there's a time for evil, there's a time for this, time for that, time for this, time for that. Can't remember what verse it is, but let me see. I can't remember what verse, but let me see. There's a time for creating. Slocky, y'all. Matter of fact, let me go ahead and go to this verse. So Isaiah 45. So talks about right here, it says God's supreme power, right? So you can start at verse what you call it? 7:2, but it says, I form the light and create darkness, I make peace and create evil. I the Lord do all these things. So basically God, Yahweh, he's the creator of everything. The creator of everything. Everything that you see going on, he created, right? So verse 8, so like you drop down ye heavens and from above, and let the skies pour down righteousness, let the earth open, let them bring forth salvation, and let righteousness spring up together. I the Lord have created it, right? Woe unto him that striveth with his maker. Let the potsherds strive with the potsherds of the earth. Shall the clay say to him that fashioneth, what makest thou, or thy work he hath no hands? So I guess in this verse he's talking about how somebody may try to question him and be like, why did you make me to do this? Why did you do this? Why why am I here? Like people try to question God's I guess God's plan and everything, trying to figure it out, but like we can't figure out everything, you know what I'm saying? You can't figure out everything. You can figure out some things, but not everything, right? Now, let me see. I'm trying to find that verse where it says there's a time for evil, made evil for the time of evil. I'm trying to see what verse it is. Let me see what verse it is. Proverbs. This is the right verse? Proverbs 16. Let me just see. Yeah, okay, there we go. Yep, that's all I look for. So Proverbs 16:4 says, the Lord hath made all things, meaning everything that you see that is made, everything that you could think of, even if you can't think of it, everything that you can and can't think of, God made, Yahweh made. He made all things, literally everything, for himself. Yea, even the wicked for the day of evil, right? Meaning that the people that you see on this earth doing wickedly, doing all these wicked things, doing all these abominations and all that stuff, God made them to do that. He gave them that spirit to do that. You know what I'm saying? So when you see everything happening on this earth, does that make God evil? No. That makes him have a balance, because he wanted everything to have a balance, right? So let me show y'all what verse that talks about balance. In Proverbs 11:1, right? So it says, a false balance is abomination to the Lord, but a just weight is his delight. So that false balance means that if there was just all good, like he doesn't like that. He doesn't want there to just be all good. You know what I'm saying? There's good, there's evil. There's big, there's small. There's left, there's right, there's up, there's down, there's hot, there's cold. Everything is made to be balanced, right? So if they were just all good or all evil, like Yahweh, he would not like that. So he had to make everything to be, balanced, right? Everything had to be balanced. There has to be evil and good, right? So now let me go to let's see, let me go to Matthew real quick to show y'all how literally everybody, even Christ, even Yahweh, people that y'all say is God, but even Christ was under the power of Yahweh. Even he was under the power of Yahweh, right? So let me show you this real quick. So Matthew 18:14. So it says right here, even so, it is not the will of your Father which is in heaven that one of these little ones should perish, right? So Yahushua is basically saying that it is not the will of it is not the will of the Father for something to perish, right? And the same thing kind of goes to his people, how he doesn't want his people to perish. He doesn't want them to perish, but the ones that he will make perish are going to perish, right? But it talks about his will. It's the will of the Father, not our will, because we can't control, who perishes, who dies, who lives. We can't control none of that stuff. The only thing that we're literally, like, even myself, the people who spread this word, we are the vessels that give out the word and hope. And we just hope that Yahweh put the spirit on them to take heed to it. We just hope. That's the only thing that we do. We're literally, like, in a sense, just controlled by Yahweh to do all these things, right? Even making this video, I'm just explaining, what's going on in this word. That's all I'm doing. I'm explaining everything that's going on in this word, right? So now let me go to Matthew 21, because I'm just bringing up a lot of verses that talks about the will of the Father and how, like, we can't change it. We can't overpower the will of the Father. Everything that Yahweh wants to happen is going to happen, right? And that's why I brought up Attack on Titan, because of the fact that same thing, like, just that same thing, it just sparked in my mind. I was like, hold up, so this kind of connects to that, right? And there are many other things in Attack on Titan and just many animes that connect to the Bible. But I just wanted to show y'all this, that specific episode, because it just dropped today. And I just had a conversation about it yesterday. That's crazy. But that's how Yahweh works. But now let me show y'all this real quick. So the context I'm giving y'all for this chapter, or this verse in particular. So y'all do know. So even though people want to sit there and say, "Oh, the Jews, they rejected Jesus, and Christ, he was rejected by his own people, so Christ had to give salvation to everybody." I already made a video talking about this and everything, talking about how it wasn't everybody, or it wasn't all Jews or all of God's people or all of Christ's brothers and everything. It wasn't all of his people that rejected Christ. There were still a lot of people who believed on Christ. A lot of people who believed on Christ. It was just the scribes and Pharisees that basically, like, killed Yahushua and didn't really, like, I guess, believe on him, I guess you could say. But let me show you what it says in Matthew 21:42, right? So it's talking about the stone which the builders rejected, right? So it reads, "Did ye never read in the scriptures the stone which the builders rejected?" So what Yahushua is saying is that he's quoting Psalms. I'm gonna get it in a minute, but I'm gonna just show y'all, like, how it's been prophesied that it's going to happen, right, in the Old Testament. But it says, "The stone which the builders rejected, the same has become the head of the corner. This is the Lord's doing." This is the Lord's doing. So the people who rejected Yahushua, the people who rejected the Son of God, who rejected Jesus, it was done by that happening was the Lord's will. It was the Lord's will for Christ to be killed by those people. But let's continue. So it says, "Therefore say I unto you, the kingdom of Yahweh shall be taken from you and given to a nation, bringing forth the fruits thereof. And whosoever shall fall on this stone shall be broken, but on whomsoever it shall fall, it will grind him to powder." So verse 45, "And when the chief priests and Pharisees had heard his parables, they perceived that he spake of them." So the people the builders who rejected the stone, those builders were the chief priests and the Pharisees. They're the ones who rejected Christ. It wasn't everybody, it was just the chief priests and the Pharisees. But once again, Yahweh, he put the spirit on them. He put the spirit on them to reject Yahushua, to reject his son, so that they can't kill him. Because they plotted, they made a whole, like, plan to kill him. Why? Because of the fact that they thought that Yahushua, he was going to, like, take the power from them. And the miracles that he was doing, he wasn't just doing miracles just so, oh, like let me just flash my powers. Let me just show my people that I can do this and do that. No, he wasn't doing it just for fun. He was doing it to cause the people to be jealous of him, to cause these chief priests and Pharisees to be jealous of him. So when they became jealous of him and started to envy him, in their mind, they wanted to kill him. Why? Because they knew at some point, if he kept doing these things, everybody was going to believe in him. Everybody was going to start, like, trying to make him the king. That's why you could bring up verses. Like I said, I already did a breakdown, so I can watch that video. But that is why a bunch of people, like the Jews, when they saw him do these miracles, they was like, hold up, we got to make him our king. Because if he is doing this, that means that he's the person that was prophesied to come and save us. So we got to make him our king, right? But they're thinking of like, making him a king in a worldly sense, right? Even though Yahushua could have became a king, if he continued to do what he did, he would have became a king. He would have ruled everything, because he had the power to do that, because he was literally the Son of God. He was like the embodiment of God, right? Of Yahweh, of his Father. But the Pharisees, the chief priests and Pharisees, they had the spirit put on them by Yahweh to want to kill Christ, to kill his son, so that his death could be for us. Everything was planned the way that Yahweh wanted it to happen. So this is once again, verse 42, it says this is the Lord's doing. Yahweh caused this to happen. It was his doing. But let me just go to the precept real quick. This is just to show y'all how it was prophecy. It was prophecy in the Old Testament of how the death of Christ, or the builders who rejected that stone, it was going to happen. It was going to happen. It was already prophesied in the word. But let me go to Psalms 118, verse 22, right? So it says, the stone which the builders refused. So that stone is Yahushua, Christ, and the builders are the chief priests and the Pharisees. So the stone which the builders refused is become the headstone of the corner, right? And once again, it says right here, this is the Lord's doing. This is the Lord's doing. This is Yahweh's doing. So Yahweh caused this to happen. He caused the chief priests and Pharisees to envy him and to kill him. He caused all of it to happen. Even when I think, was it Judas? I think it was Judas that he ratted out Christ. And it was even prophesied that was going to happen. So he already knew. So Christ, Yahushua, already knew it was going to happen. Why? Because God made that happen. He's literally the embodiment of Yahweh. Christ is the embodiment of Yahweh. So the only thing that he doesn't have, this kind of goes to the whole Trinity thing, or Trinity debate. But the only I guess piece of knowledge that Christ doesn't have is when he's coming back. You know what I'm saying? That's the only piece of knowledge that he doesn't have. More things too that I can get into that and everything, but I'm not going to get into all that just now. But this is the doing of the Lord, of Yahweh, the Most High God. So now let me go to Matthew real quick again and show y'all just giving y'all more precepts on how Yahweh has control over everything. And there was even a time where, you know how y'all remember Slakia. Y'all remember in the Bible where when I think Christ, Yahushua, he was on the cross, right? And they was like, if you're God, come down from that cross then, right? If you're so powerful, come down from that cross, right? But they didn't even know that, once again, this is the Lord's doing. It was even the Lord's doing for the scoffers to be there. It was Yahweh's doing. He made it happen. Everything that happened for a reason. It happened because God wanted it to happen. But let me go to verse 39 real quick. All right. So this is when Christ, he was praying to his Father in the wilderness. And basically this is before his death. This is before he gets crucified. This is before he has to endure that punishment, or endure that pain that he has to go through, you know what I'm saying, to die for our sins, right? So look, verse 39, so it reads, and he went a little further and fell on his face and prayed, saying, "O my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me." So he's talking about how his cup is talking about, how he has to fulfill the death, right? He has to fulfill that punishment to, like, die for our sins. That's his cup, right? But it says, "Nevertheless, not as I will, but as thou wilt." So once again, reiterating how this is the will of the Father. He's saying, like, if it is, basically he's saying, what Christ is saying is that if it's your will for me to not go through this punishment, not go through this pain, let it stop then. But if it's your will, let it continue, right? So verse 40, so I'm continuing reading. So he cometh unto the disciples, and findeth them asleep, and saith unto Peter, "What, could ye not watch with me 1 hour? Watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak." Right? He went away again the second time and prayed, saying, "O my Father, if this cup may not pass away from me, except I drink it, thy will be done." And also, that's one note y'all can, like, put in y'all notes or whatever, take in mind that anytime, or not anytime, but most of the time when it talks about, a cup, it's kind of like a metaphor to, like, a judgment or a punishment, or basically something that's going to happen to this person. That's what it means by cup at most times, right? At sometimes, like throughout the Bible, this cup is in reference to, like, whatever's going to happen to that person, right? But this just gives it, once again, it gives a testament to how the will of the Father is going to be done. He's reiterating the same thing. If it's your will, Father, if it's your will for me to die for these people, let it happen. If it's not, let it not happen. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm gonna give y'all, some more, just 4 more precepts. Just 4 more precepts that gets into this whole free will thing, how we don't have it, and also talking about predestination and how everything that is going on, it was already planned by Yahweh. He made it happen. He already knew it was going to happen, because everybody know that that's the power of Yahweh. One of the powers of Yahweh is to be omnipotent. Being omnipotent means that you know everything. You have the knowledge of everything. So he already knows what's going to happen before it even happens, right? So Romans 8 and 29. So matter of fact, I can start at verse 28. Matter of fact, I can start at verse 27. Like, you just continue to read and you'll see, like, how it gives this more and more verses. But Romans 8:27, so it says, "And he that searcheth the hearts knoweth what slacking. He that searcheth the hearts knoweth what is the mind of the Spirit, because he maketh intercession for the saints according to the will of God." Right? And we know that all things work together for the good to them that love God, to them who are called according to his purpose, right? For whom he did foreknow, he also did predestinate to be conformed to the image of his Son, that he might be the firstborn among many brethren. Moreover, whom he did predestinate, them he also called, and whom he called, them he also justified, and whom he justified, them he also glorified. So everything that you see going on, even when it came down to his people, when it came down to the Israelites, he predestined them to be his people. He made it happen already. Because I think that's in Romans 9, the next chapter, talking about the children being not yet born. Look, Romans 9:11, it says, "For the children being not yet born, neither having done any good or any evil, that the purpose of God or the will of God according to election might stand, not of works," meaning not of the works of the man, but of him that calleth. So however he wanted it to be, that's how it's going to be. Whoever he wanted to be his people, that's how it's going to be. And we can't change that at all. Now let me also go to Ephesians 1. I'm gonna go to verse 5 and 11. So let me see. All right. Matter of fact, I can start at verse 4. Like I'm saying, like every time you just read, like around the verse, you just see how it all connects to predestination, and it connects to us not having free will, right? So it says in Ephesians 1:4, according as he hath chosen us in him before the foundation of the world, that we should be holy and without blame before him in love, having predestinated us in the adoption of children by Jesus Christ to himself, according to the good pleasure of his will. This is the will of Yahweh. Everything that you see going on is his will. It ain't got nothing to do with us for real. Like, we're just the vessels that, we're just the characters in this story. So however he wants things to pan out, that's how it's going to happen, right? So let me skip down to verse, let me go to verse, let me start at verse 9. So having made known unto us the mystery of his will, according to his good pleasure, which he hath purpose in himself, that in the dispensation of the fullness of times he might gather together in one all things in Christ, both which are in heaven and which are on earth, even in him, in whom also we have obtained an inheritance, being predestinated according to the purpose of him whom worketh all things after the counsel of his own will. So this concept of free will it's like, it's dead. It's very simple to understand how we don't have free will. Even though, we're making choices, you can say that we make choices in the world and everything, but this is the will of the Father. The things that we do is based off whether or not the Father gave us the Spirit to do these things, right? Let me also go to Romans again. And go to Romans again, right? Slocky, hold up. Come on now. God, just one more precept. One more precept. All right, Romans 11:8. So it says, according as it is written, God, Yahweh, hath given them the spirit of slumbers. This is talking about the Israelites. How God, he chose some people. Like, even though, he has, Israelites are his people and everything, but he chose some of them to not have the spirit to understand his word, and some of them to be blinded by his word, by his truth, right? So it's not going to be everybody who understands or who is going to be revealed to the truth, right? It's only going to be, a select group of people, right? So it says God hath given them, meaning that once again, we don't have free will. So for those who don't really believe in the actual truth, it's not based off just us not believing in it. It's based off Yahweh giving people the spirit to not believe it. So when we anytime I go around now and I see my people not really accepting the truth, I'm not surprised, because I know that it's the Father's will that's being done. It's the Father's will that that person is going to have the spirit of slumber. So I can't control them. If they're not going to be open to it, hey, I can't stop that. You know what I'm saying? Because it's the will of the Father for them to be blinded, right? So that the people who have the spirit of slumber, they have eyes that they should not see and ears that they should not hear unto this day, right? So that's really all I got for y'all in this video. Hopefully throughout this video, y'all got edified through the spirit, because I feel like that this video was kind of, in a sense, very important for people to know and people to just take heed to, because a lot of people really think that we have free choice, even though this is not really like a salvific topic, but it's very interesting to know about it, right? To know about how everything that's being done is being done by God, right? So if you believe in this truth, it's literally God's will for you to come into the truth. But if you don't believe in it, then you don't believe in it, right? So for my Israelite brothers out there who give out this word daily, and for some people who may come into the truth and they're trying to spread the word and everything, and they just don't see people trying to come into the truth with them, just know that it's the Father's will that they don't. You know what I'm saying? There's a reason why this specific person or these specific people are not coming into the truth. A specific reason, right? So don't be getting upset if your very closest friend that you grew up with in elementary school, from elementary to high school, K through 12, through college. If your friend is not coming into the truth with you, don't get upset. Of course, it may be a little bit depressing because of the fact that it's like, damn, like, you know, this is my homeboy, this is my homegirl. So like, don't get upset. Just know that it's the Father's will that, you know, she or he is not going to come into the truth, right? So so after this video, people should have the mindset that that whole free will thing is out the window. We don't have any free will. Everything that you know is going on is literally the will of the Father. And that's why, and it's just kind of crazy how, you know, I kind of had to tie it into Attack on Titan. It was just very interesting because that's why I just saw it. And I was like, damn, that's crazy. That ties into the Bible. But hopefully y'all enjoyed this video. Hopefully y'all got edified through the Spirit. And, you know, I love y'all. Peace and shalom.